Hello again and welcome to Pop's Garage. My name is Aaron, for those keeping tabs. And today I want to talk about a fundamental of skateboarding, pushing. Fun without tricks and cruising. I realized this morning when I went out for a short longboard ride that it's something that I always talk about, but I rarely show you guys just because I don't have the space here in the garage to roll around on the longboard. I mean, scroll through enough of my videos and you're bound to find at least one or probably several kick flips on longboards. And I try to do them every now and then just to see if I still have that in practice. I did try that today a few times. Didn't work out. I was close once, but my legs just weren't jumping today, so I kept it just you know, pretty much rolling around. A lot of the skate parks that are around here just don't have the space either for me to pull out a longboard. One of the few places that does is over in northern Kentucky at the Florence Skate Park, and the walking path that is around that park is amazing. There's enough hills that you can get some downhill slopes without having to push, and it's just a really good place to go and roll around. One of the first things everyone learns after gaining stability on a skateboard is pushing, and then you go to cruising. The first fast or even semi fast downslope anyone rides on is generally memorable. Uh, you know, I remember the first, I remember my first downhill, and it was some point last year. I went back to that spot, and unfortunately, the ground there, the pavement was so rough. I could barely even push myself down this hill. The pavement was so bad. But I do remember the first time going fast down that hill and just, being 11 years old and having the wind in my face and just going fast and how much excitement and joy and happiness that brought me. And I felt that today on the street out in front of my house. I'm fortunate to have a hill going either way out of my driveway. If I go left, it's a hill. If I go right, it's a hill. So I'm fortunate to have at least a small hill to bomb. And going down that this morning, well before 11 o'clock, I was already out on my skateboard trying to go fast down a hill. And the smile that I had on my face when I got done, I probably got a clip of that somewhere, but I digress. I had a few errands to run this afternoon, and since I knew I was going to be coming back by the lake that's near the house, I would go ahead and pack a couple of boards and just go out and find some open space and cruise. And that's exactly what I did. The fundamental of pushing is important. It's like really important. Not only does it push you forward, but it helps you gain better balance, agility, and endurance. Knowing where your feet should be at certain speeds is key to going downhill, though. Too far back and you'll get speed wobbles, lose control, and eat pavement. The same principle should be applied in pushing. Your front foot forward for more control and lean into that front foot. When I'm pushing hard to go fast, my forward hand is generally on my front knee, increasing my forward weight for added stability at high speeds. My front foot is usually directly over the bolts or even slightly forward from that without adding any pressure directly to the nose. You don't want to put you don't want to put a lot of weight up on the front end as you're pushing and you nosedive. You want to avoid nosedives. This posture allows for a full range of motion with the pushing leg and foot, as well as increased force to propel you forward even more efficiently. But just like anything else in skateboarding, getting a good pushing stance and posture and getting, the power that you need the right way from your back foot as you're pushing along, you know, it takes time, it takes repetition, it takes practice, it takes failure. But as skaters, we fail, we fall, we get back up and we try again. If you want to get better balance and posture for your pushing, I have three small exercises that you can do at any point during the day to help increase with your balance and your mobility with your knees. Number one, reverse lunges with or without weight. I try to do these in sets of 10 to 15, 2 to 3 times a day, and it really helps with the mobility in the knees, and it provides a little more stability in the strength when you're squatting down. Number 2, balancing on one foot for 20 to 30 seconds at a time. I try to do this 2 to 3 times a day. Actually, it's more like several times throughout the day. You can do a balancing act each and every day as you get dressed. Do as much as you can during your daily routine, just when you're standing still. Just pop onto one foot. If you're in the kitchen and you're making dinner, stand on one foot. Do what you have to do. When you're brushing your teeth, you can stand on one foot. When you're putting your clothes on, one foot at a time through your pant legs. Spend a little extra time working on that front foot for your skateboard, though. That'll really help with your posture and your stance when you're pushing. And lastly, walking backwards for about 30 seconds to a minute once a day. And while I say that I should probably do this once a day, more realistically, I probably do it maybe 2 or 3 times a week. But when I do it, it's in long stints and it's uphill on my driveway. So I'll typically do it for 2 to 3 minutes at a time. This one is also good for strengthening the muscles around your knees, and it's good for helping you learn balance and spatial awareness because you're going against what your body wants to do. These may seem a little disconnected, but I can attest to these simple exercises and their effectiveness in helping with skateboarding in general and pushing specifically. Get comfortable with your board before going right into tricks. Learn how to control it and enjoy the feeling of pushing and cruising. Tricks will come eventually, but they kind of look awkward if you don't really know how to ride the board. So have fun pushing. Have fun out there just cruising around. And like I tell my friends all the time, go fast, don't die. And just know that you're never too old to ride, so shut up and skate already. Okay, go fast, don't die. First try. Had fun with that. I haven't gone all the way down that hill in quite a long time. That was fast. If you can't tell from the smile on my face, that was fun.